Salutations everyone, this is Razor bringing you my review of the Xbox One. Now that, I've gotten plenty of time to, figure everything out and experience all that it has to offer at this point in time, I figure it gives you guys my thoughts on it so far, and, informational, or in case you want to know what it's like. So I'll go ahead and do that. I was going to show some, footage of, the Xbox One's dashboard and all the stuff you can do with, the Connect and the apps and the settings and all that stuff, but that just I tried doing that and it just seemed a little too boring, so I got some Battlefield 4 gameplay for you guys, the Remington 870. So Xbox One, the interface as far as the the way that it works, the way you interact with it, the dashboard and all that, very similar to the 360. There's not a whole lot available right now because the console just came out. I mean, if you compare the 360 to how it was at launch and where it is now, it's just insanely different. It's night and day. So it's kind of unfair to use your impression or other people's impressions of how the Xbox One is now and treat it like that's how it's going to be for the foreseeable future, because it's not. It's going to get better. There's going to be more stuff, obviously. There's not a whole lot of games out right now. I mean, there's plenty of apps and things, NFL, ESPN, Netflix, Hulu, Redbox, Fox Now, pretty much everything that you're used to with the 360. Twitch streaming is going to come next month, and all this cool stuff, and it's just gonna get better. Right now we're just seeing how things work, and I'm not gonna lie, it did seem like they took a couple of steps backwards in how the Xbox One operates versus how the 360 operates. Things that just kind of shake your head, why did they choose to do this? If was there something that we don't know about that made them do these things? Like the preferences, there doesn't seem to be as many things that you can manipulate or change on the Xbox One as you can with the 360, which I on one hand you can say that's understandable, because the 360s had 1,000 years to get tweaked, and the Xbox One hasn't even had so much of a single update so far, outside of the day one update, obviously. But your voice controls were on the 360, you can put the voice comes out of the speakers or the headset or both. You cannot do that on the Xbox One. It only plays through the incoming chat headset. So trolling videos and getting other people's reactions or people in your party is just that's not working. That's not gonna work until they change that. Obviously there's no headsets that are compatible with the Xbox One's chat cable so far. The first ones come out in January that I know of. There's gonna be two Turtle Beaches. One's gonna be $100, one's gonna be $140, $150, I don't know, something like that. Those are the only ones I know of so far. So a lot of these things will get better, and there are going to be some changes, but there's some of the things that a little bothersome to me. The gamer picks are definitely different. They are a lot bigger, a lot bigger, because if you don't change your gamer pick from a 360 one, and I'll get into that in a minute, I don't know how they pick it, but it'll be in a very small square. It'll be a very small square inside of a much larger square. And if you pick one of the ones that come preloaded on the Xbox One, which there are plenty to choose from, by the way, more than 360 shipped with, or even the default ones that the 360 has now, there's just way more. None of them look too great, in all honesty, but I guess you gotta pick something. But as far as if you don't pick a new one, it'll give you one from the 360, and not the one that you most recently had, or even second most recently had. I don't know. My gamer pick right now is Garrus on the Xbox One, which is a gamer pick that I have on the 360, but it's not one that I've used in a long time, if ever. I don't ever remember having Garrus as my gamer pick. My most previous gamer pick, the one I have right now on the 360, is Rainbow Dash, and the one before that, I forget what it was, probably N7 or something. It wasn't Garrus. Yeah, it wasn't Garrus. So I don't know how they chose what random gamer pick to give you, but it is one that I have previously had on the 360. at some point in time. So I don't know why that is. Obviously, the gamer picks don't transfer over, which is a shame, but at the same time is understandable. So hopefully and there isn't any available for purchase or download right now. But like I said, it's brand freaking new, and it can only get better. It can only get better. Not to say that it's bad. The interface is very quick, lightning quick, much faster than the Xbox 360 is. You press that jewel, bam, you're at the home screen. The Xbox snap ability is very fast and very useful. The Kinect, well, you know, it does drive the price up of the console a little bit, and it's not something that I would ever buy if it didn't already come with a console. It's pretty useful. You know, I'd rather have it turned on than have it turned off. It has a QR code reader, so you can use that instead of having to enter in all those digits and stuff for you know, codes and things. So that's cool. That's fast. It's very accurate. It has a very, very good camera. It's a very high quality camera. You can take a look at the just take a look at the Kinect and see what it sees. You know, it'll recognize you fairly well. So I don't know how the motion controls work. There's only one Kinect enabled game, I believe, out right now, and that's just like a demo that you can just download for free on the marketplace. And so I don't know how well that works, but that's not something I'm ever going to use anyway. Motion controls is not my thing. But the voice controls, you know, they're pretty good. They're a little bit better than I thought they would be. 90% of the time, it'll get it right. Every now and again, it'll think that you said something, but you just tell it to, you know, disregard that. But for the most part, it's very accurate. It's very fast. You can tell it to record. It's just a faster thing to do. And you can turn it on, turn it off, record, snap, open different applications, notifications, all without having to take your hands off the controller. You can use the snap feature, so you can just multitask much better than you ever could on the 360 or the PS3 for that matter. So that's kind of nice. You kind of find yourself wishing that other things that you owned had voice commands, just because it's just kind of useful. It's definitely not worth the extra price that it throws onto the console, but it's a bonus, and I mean, since you can't not have it. So I mean, that's kind of nice. Like I said, the interface is very snappy, it's very fast. The controller I'm not big on right now, just because the thumbsticks are a little too small. I don't know why they made the thumbsticks so small. They're smaller than the 360 analog sticks, and they're smaller than the DualShock analog sticks, and they're just too small for my thumbs, and I don't even have the biggest thumbs in the world, so I don't know how other people are handling it. I haven't heard any other people complaining about the thumbsticks, but I feel that they're too small. I definitely want to get some grips on it or something to make it a little bulkier, but maybe that's just me. So maybe I'll get some like a Control Freaks or just some silicone grips on it or something. Just because I just don't like how small it is. I feel like I don't have as much control as I'm used to. And, you know, the 360 controller wasn't, you know, all that great. I've been using third-party controllers for a number of years now because they're just vastly superior, and they make them, you know, for hardcore gamers, which is, I guess, what I am. So, you know, they cater to me and the way I like to play and the way I like my controller to handle much better. So, you know, hopefully in the future there'll be some better third-party controllers out there. But right now, I mean, it gets the job done. It's not terrible. The D-pad is pretty good, hyper responsive controllers. The shoulder buttons are bigger, and I don't know if I like that or not. As far as the rumble feature, I don't know if you can turn it off. I've looked, and there doesn't seem to be a way to turn it off, but it's not all that great. I just wish there was a way to turn it off. So that's all I have for you guys right now on the Xbox One. I definitely enjoyed it very much right now, and you know, just can't wait for there to be more and more to do with it as far as games and apps and all the other stuff goes. But I'm happy with my purchase right now. So go ahead and leave your comments below, and I will see you next time.